Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to Halloween Horror Month. And being as I just reviewed all of the scary movies, in fact, my Scary Movie 5 review went up earlier today. Uh, so, I figured I ought to rank them, right? So I watched all of these within a 24-hour period. All five. And it made me see just which way the franchise went. Well, the first two were actually decent, and then 3 was fine, but then 4 just went off the rails, and then 5 came back and was actually pretty good. So, yeah, it's I don't know, it's a roller coaster ride. It kind of comes full circle because I actually didn't mind 5. So, starting off at the bottom, the worst one is most likely going to be Scary Movie 4. I think you can tell this is when the franchise ran out of steam at that point, because they were high on celebrity cameos. You had Shaq and Dr. Phil, who were both on the cover, by the way. You had other celebrity cameos. They didn't care about continuity at this point. Like, they sort of stopped caring in the third one. But in this one, they really didn't care. Brenda was back. She was plainly dead, but she's back. They killed off George. Nah, I didn't care. And I don't know. It just... They also killed off Tom. Another Tom was introduced. And that whole ending scene, like, that... I was pretty much going to give it a low middle of the road. And then that ending thing, the ending Tom Cruise thing popped up. And I went, no, this thing, no. No, that made it... That itself was horrible, and that made the movie worse for watching that part. So, yeah, it's the worst one. Number 4 is actually going to be Scary Movie 3. Now, from this point on, I'd be able to watch these and be fine. 4 is the one that I would probably never touch again. In fact, I could watch the first 3 and then 5 and not miss a damn thing. And just say that at the end of 3, Cindy had a happy ending. She finally found a man of her dreams, which is another reason why I don't care for 4, because it unwrites that happy ending. Her and George got a happy ending. It's her. She has a family now. She found a man, and she's got Cody, so she's got a man, a kid, but they brought them all off in the 4th one, right? George is killed off. Cody's at military camp because they couldn't get the actor back, I guess, but he can do pictures. So, yeah, what was the point of that one? But this was actually decent. Leslie Nielsen's scene in this actually connect to the rest of the plot, unlike in 4, so it works. And some of the gags are still good, like a ch-ch. I don't know why an 8 Mile parody had to be in it, but it's not bad. Even the Matrix parody stuff is good, you know. It looks like a cigarette, you know. It's pretty good, you know. I gave it a middle of the road, though, but it's pretty decent, I should say. Number 3 is going to be Scary Movie 5. This surprised me how good how much I enjoyed this, because after maybe it's just after 4, but after 4 I was done. I was thinking, this franchise is over. It's goose is cooked. But there was a good 9 years between the release of 4 and 5. And so I think in that time, they were able to figure out what worked and what didn't. Like, not having David Zucker come back to direct and having an entirely new director, that helped, because I think David Zucker's efforts, all of his good stuff was in 3, and by 4, it just was right? And so, he was a producer on this, but he didn't have... It's like Michael Bay, right? To me, the first Bad Boys, The Rock, and even the first Transformers are good. And then everything else just, Bad Boys 2, I found to be way too Michael Bay for my taste. And then you got Transformers 2, The Revenge of the Fallen. And then you have 3, which is not that bad. Dark of the Moon is not that bad. And then there's Age of Extinction and the Night one. Oh, I'll gamble with the night. But this was actually a breath of fresh air, like I said in my review. I think the actors do a good job. The parodies, I didn't say it's in my review, but it kind of goes back to the first one. They combined different movies together. Where you have Mama, Paranormal Activity mixed with Evil Dead, Planet of the Apes, and there's 5 movies, and Black Swan. But they all work. They don't feel like they're being shoved in at certain points. They work. They work, much like with the first 2 films. They work. It's a concise story. It works. It works. Number 2. Now, at this point, when I started this, I hadn't decided yet which one's going which. But I'm going to give number 2 to Scary Movie 2. Yeah, that's right. I remember I came in this and I thought that Scary Movie 2 was better than 1. But rewatching this, while I enjoyed it, I think it had its moments where I was just like, okay, we didn't need like the Dwight stuff where he sucks himself off, and then he'll joke later with the spectral glasses. They got stuff on his. He didn't need that. I still laugh at the Ray thing and the clown. I'll play peekaboo. Da 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 da. Oh, you know. Is that titties? I'm sorry, but it makes me laugh. You know, I have fun with it. But you know, I can see it's lesser of the 2 first. I would say the first 2 are the best. I almost thought about putting 5 over this, but there's something about this movie that I like. The bird, Polly wants your mama's sweet ass. You know, no, mama's son. Tell my mama's son, hold my tooth. Help me. Wait, don't help me. I'm getting high as a motherfucker. You know, it works. I need to bless this house. You know. Mother's in here with his Harris. Mom, get out! Fun hater. There's just so much to laugh at in this film, and I enjoy it. But number 1, the best of them, and I wouldn't have called this going in, because I thought it was just, it's ripping off Screams, and I just did last summer. But, going through all these, I did like this. You know, I liked the second one less on this rewatch than before. I would have put the second one at number 1, but this was good. It mixes everything good from Scream and everything good from that summer with a little more of the slasher flair, and it works. You know, some of the gags are overused, but in spook movies, you gotta account for that. Like, such as Greg punching the hell out of Cindy a bunch of times. But it works. I didn't mention in my review the gag where they do that. I don't see this summer. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? But before this, they show a guy about to jump off a building. People saying, don't do it. And then Cindy comes out going, what are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? Yeah, and he jumps off the building. What you needed was Jim Carrey to pop up and go, I wish you would step out from that ledge, my friend. You know, that didn't really hadn't happened yet, but, you know, it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable flick, and that's why it's number 1. It hits the spot, you know. And I wouldn't have thought of that going into this, that this would be number 1, because I always saw the second one is better than this, but I don't know. This rewatch hit it different. So, what are your thoughts on the Scary Movie franchise? What's your ranking on the movies? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.